This is several weeks in to getting COVID and being intubated, I believe, twice. And now insisting that I'm DNR.
I have CLL cancer. I've had chemo a few times. I had ruptured discs in my back where I wound up in the hospital with a paralyzed leg. But nothing to compare with this. I've never been as sick or as medically compromised as I was this time. I'm the founder and artistic director of Quinn Films.
It turned out to be cancer.
As long as I'm able to go skate, I'm completely fine.
Suddenly I have, just like that, the worst flu I'd ever had. And within a day, maybe 24 hours, I was like, this could be it. I could have COVID and I need to get tested. They tested me, but they also took one look at me and took me right into the hospital. And by late that night, I think I was on a ventilator. When I awoke and was still intubated, I have a lot of memories of these hallucinations I was having.
Having people say, hello, or Mr. Quinn, but having a sense that everything had changed, that there was no real world, that the world that I might have known no longer existed, and I was living in some alternate reality or universe. Okay. Now I'd like to get to my mail, which of course I can't quite remember how to do.
I was intubated for about 10 days first, and then they extubated me. I was like, oh, I'm on the way. I'm getting back, I'm on my way back. And then I guess later that night, I got into some kind of trouble, some kind of respiratory trouble. And they take me to be intubated again. And I'd gotten out of the ICU, but now they're taking me back to the ICU. And when I was intubated, because of my own frustration, it was like, I should just make a small film about that.
My idea for the film is still the same, to make something about the fundamental issues of communication across the intubation barrier. The patient has one desire: to be heard, to be understood, to have power. I think other players have other agendas, which is to keep people alive.
When I woke up from that second intubation, and I know that, the more times you're intubated, the more unlikely it is that you're going to get out of it okay. And so I wanted to be DNR. do not resuscitate. I wanted to communicate that to the doctors. And of course you can't talk, your hands are tied down. They give you a tablet to write on, but you're too famished to be able to, to be able to write. Dr. Zhang, she finally understood what I was trying to communicate, because for a couple days I was kind of banging the side of the bed. She was terrific because she explained to me very lucidly. She said, look, if you're DNR, I'm going to extubate you. You could get into trouble, and there could be something very simple that I can do to save you, but you've told me I can't do it. And I understood it. I backed down.
Well, I'm still here.
That idea that I had a film that I wanted to do, it was like, and since I want to make this film, I need to come back. Within a day, I'm sitting up on the edge of the bed again and starting rehabilitation with the therapist in the hospital. I also found out a little bit more about why I was intubated the second time. It sounds like I developed a mucus plug, which probably could have done me in, and so by intubating me for another couple of days, they were able to take care of that. There's a good chance that I may be transferred to rehab today or tomorrow. For the last 3 days, they keep saying it's about to happen, but now I think it really is in the works, period. It will be nice, probably in there, to get rid of this beard, which I just don't think is working for me. So as you can see, I had some success, although not total, trying to shave my horrible beard off. You can see I took a shower this morning, gradually getting back to looking half human. You're relearning everything. Essentially, you're practicing walking. I remember a big crisis for me. I'm trying to put my password, which is, just a little 4-digit code, into my cell phone so that I can call people and that kind of thing. And I didn't have this dexterity in my fingers. I couldn't get the password in. I just could not do it. It's an odd feeling to have been close to death and then back in such a full form. And I'm about to leave the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab and go home after an intense 6 weeks in the hospital and here.
Got your stuff.
This is me in the wheelchair.
Bye.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Bye. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for
Bye. It
everything.
was a pleasure.
Okay. Great. Bye-bye.
Wish you luck on your recovery. Okay.
Okay.
Get strong.
If you see Ellie, say goodbye to her
Yeah,
for
I
me.
will.
Thanks.